Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of the Infinite Gaming Server. Um, yeah, I finished up our path. I just wanted to start down here, and we'll head up, see what I've done with our path here. Yeah, as you come up, your head goes into the glass, and you can't even tell that you're running in the glass right now, but that just prevents the pigment from spawning. Yeah. At this point, you're back out of the glass, but you can't even tell. And yeah, as you come along the path, I changed the color over to yellow. I think that looks a lot better. And yeah, I followed the same pattern that we have up on our floor up top. And these lights are the ones that are actually up top, but you can't even really tell that they're there, and they just provide a bit of extra light, which actually helps. But yeah, it turned out pretty good, I think. It turns out, well, it worked out exactly as I wanted. You know, as you come into where the station is, it opens up just a little bit, but there's still very few spawning pads, basically only the rails. And yeah, it works pretty good. Then as you come into the airlock, I think, oh, I got a light out. Oops. The airlock still functions the same way, but yeah, it just looks a lot better with the yellow. I think that worked out really well. So today, we need to start moving some stuff up into our house here. I kind of was thinking this green side should be agricultural stuff, maybe. So that's kind of how I planned it out. I got a little pen made up for the cows. They have no requirements. They just need to exist, basically. So they can be standing on the glass. They can have glass walls and stuff like that. They don't need anything special to just be. So that'll work for us. And then I guess we kind of need a way in and out. I'll have to work on that in a minute, but for the time being, I was just planning on moving him in and just ender pearling out to get him in there. And then this over here is going to be for our sheep. And sheep have a bit of a well, they can exist anywhere, but in order for them to regrow their wool, they need to be on grass blocks and they need to eat the grass, and that proves a little bit difficult for us. With them needing to stand on the grass block, it makes it kind of difficult because that's a solid block and gas can spawn on it. So what I've done is I've kind of, well, you'll see it'll make a bit more sense. But what's going to happen is we're going to put our sheep in here. The glass that's over top of the dirt there is going to stay, and that'll prevent them from eating those grass blocks, meaning that the ones that are in the middle here are the only ones they can eat. Always providing grass blocks for the sheep to eat. And then what we're going to do is encase them in glass. So we're going to use pistons on the back side here. Not like that. You need to be down like that. And once the sheep are in, we're going to push these glass blocks that are on the back side here onto the sheep, and that still allows them to eat the grass beneath. It just doesn't allow them to move, and that'll provide two things. That'll eliminate the ability for mobs to spawn because it's only a single high volume, and that allows us to keep our sheep up here in our station. Kind of goes with the theme of being self-enclosed and sustainable and all the things that you'd expect of something like that. And it also prevents the other mobs from spawning, which is well, it's actually a higher priority for me. So yeah, what we need to do is go grab some of those sheep that I have down beneath and put them into our containment chamber here. So the glass that's behind the pistons is going to move over. The second glass here is going to stay because that actually helps keep the sheep in their proper placement. We can actually, I think, remove these bottom ones now anyways, because we won't be able to escape out of that. And this down here, I lowered our floor by 1. That allows us access to the sheep to shear their wool. So I might just keep that for the time being until I have the have them locked in. So anyways, I've got 20 blocks. I think we're gonna go for about 20 sheep. It won't. It won't really, 1-to-1. It doesn't need to be exact or anything like that. But that'll kind of, they'll give us about a half stack of wool every time we shear, and that'll be enough. I think we're about 3/4 of the way done the wool that we need. So yeah, and when we're down there, we just need to grab one of the grass blocks from the grass down there, grab our sheep, and that should be it. I think I need a couple pieces of wheat too. That's good. We'll see how many come up with us. We'll as long as we get a couple in there, I'll just breed them up till we have about 20. And yeah, let's see what happens. I put in just a little staircase because I think that'd be a lot easier than going in through that. This little containment hall actually worked fairly well. Yeah, you guys might need a bigger hole. The problem with this setup is that pigmen can still spawn in there, which isn't actually that big of a deal to have the pigmen spawning. But I don't want any pigmen up in our house, so. Okay, come on, guys. So even if we get, even a couple up there, we can just kind of breed them, and then I'll come around and kill the rest of them. And then we'll have to do the same thing with cows. Come on. Come on, two would be perfect. Oh, I still got some lights out there too I haven't fixed. Okay. Come on up, guys. Okay. In the hole with you. Oh. Get in there. Yeah, it's a good thing I left the glass on the bottom because I'll just have to breed a bunch. Okay. So I might do that one more time, see if I can't get a couple more up there, but yeah, that's it for the sheep. I don't know if you guys are, well, yeah, you guys have seen it coming up the rail. I have the cows just beside where we go down through the roof of the nether there, so I'll have to move them the same way. And yeah, clean this all up. We need one grass block. Out of my way, to go start our grass production up top. And so yeah, let me do some of the cleaning up here, guys, and we'll come back and encase those sheep and stuff like that. The other thing I want to do today is get a little bit of a tree farm in. We have a pretty big area. We can go kind of over by spawn. There's a fairly big tree farm, but it's always just kind of nice to have something little at your house, just because that every once in a while you need a little bit extra. So okay, yeah, let me do some cleaning up, and we'll come back here in a minute here. Hi guys, welcome back. So we got our sheep all grown up, and our couple of cows here growing up. I don't really need that many right now. I just kind of want to have 8 or 10 to get started with. Yeah, this I kind of dubbed this the most useless sheep farm in the world. I had to replace some of the glass blocks around the back with fence. In this case, we used another brick fence. I guess the grass underneath the glass can exist. It doesn't change its state back to dirt, but it doesn't allow the grass to spread unless it's touching air. So it has to be touching air, which the fence does for us. And yeah, I moved the sheep over so that their heads are trapped in glass, so they can't move anywhere. There's a couple of these guys that you can't actually shear, which is kind of stinks. But yeah, once the grass spreads over, these guys will regrow their wool, and we'll be able to shear them. Once you do shear them, the wool bounces on top because their heads are in the glass, and then it puts it up through the glass into the up top. So anyways, it's something, but yeah, it's not going to work very well. You're not going to get too much wool out of this, but once it's going, it'll be enough. So the next thing we need is tree farm. So I kind of marked out a spot for us to have the trees. And again, we run into the same problem with having solid blocks there, which allow gas and other mobs and stuff like that to spawn. Now, having the trees on there is okay. Once we have trees grown, it's not a bad thing, because the tops of the trees are all leaf blocks, which go up with these. So you can see up here, there's nowhere for the mobs to spawn, so that's fine. So we can exist in this state just fine. But I also want the ability to trade these glass blocks out with pistons. My dog is crying at the door. Whoops, I destroyed that glass. So what we're going to do is put a block exchanger down beneath to trade those dirt blocks out with glass blocks, so that we can remove the trees and still not have a place for them to spawn. So I need a bit of time to prep, go put a platform down underneath and stuff like that. But yeah, for the time being, this is how this side of the farm is, this side of the station is going to exist. There shouldn't be anywhere for the mobs to spawn like this. So yeah, give me a bit of time. I'm gonna add a platform down beneath, guys, and I'll kind of prep stuff up, and then we'll put those block exchangers. Maybe that's the way to say it. So okay, take care, guys. Hi guys, welcome back. This isn't a good sign. I don't want animals wandering around my place. That's kind of one of the requirements, I guess, and that doesn't bode well for keeping our cows up here. Of course, I have a full inventory. You can see our dirt is gone. It is stuck down into the ground right now. I've done a bit of prep underneath on our piston extenders and swappers and that. Our grass has taken a really long time to grow, but it's slowly going. So yeah, let's go down and have a look at what I've come up with so far. It's going to be a lot more challenging than I thought, actually. So because we have the extra layer of floor there with the glass in that, kind of becomes an extra layer of difficulty. So we need the double piston extenders here, and they come in two varieties, I guess is the best way to say that. There's either ones that work really quick and really well, or there's ones that work a little bit slower. So this is a native state where it's pushed up. You give it one pulse, and then actually a second pulse, and it pulls the grass down. We're able to switch it now, and then when we turn this off, it will go back up. So anyways, two pulses with those, and they come back down. Sorry about that, guys. So this is the setup for the switcher. So you can see right now the wool block's in the middle, so it's the one that'd be pushed up. You can change that with the end stone, and the wool is back. It's really simple. It's just that this is 5 blocks, which with our current setup upstairs, that's actually pretty difficult because we only have 3 in between. So our piston would have to be right there. Well, that was a good shot on the first one. which means that it's not repeatable inside our frame of what's here. So what that means is we have to get a little bit creative with our switchers. Now, because we can put, well, actually there's two problems. The other problem we have is that one of our lights lines up right with our design here. And that's a real big problem, because there's no way that I can put a piston on that light without it extending, because it's just where we have to keep our levers to keep our light lit. So that's a real problem. So that means that this front row, can't do it now that I'm on camera. This front row has to be, that piston has to be right there. Now we can actually run two of these at the same time. Whoopsie. Well, that's really dark. Let's see where I'm going. Our pistons can push up to 12 blocks, so we can actually put glass on either side of these and then just fill up the middle, and that'll actually work just perfectly like that. So that's what I was planning, is to do two of the towers off of the same tape that pushes back and forth. And then these ones, we're going to do the other direction, this way. I guess it doesn't really matter, but you're left of the dirt. So we'll put you there and there. And then we'll fill this up with white wool. And that way, we only actually have four tapes to run, and that achieves our eight pushers. But yeah, you can see that the tapes are running one direction and then the other direction here. So that's a challenge we have to overcome. So I have all the redstone in for the vertical extenders. And so now I just have to plan out how to get signal to these pistons, and then I think we'll be all set. So yeah, let me do a bit more planning out here, guys, and we'll come back and see what happens. Hi guys, welcome back. So we're very close, actually. This is what the pistons are gonna look like with the glass up. I actually don't mind that at all. That's totally fine. I think we're having a problem with our grass growing. I don't think there's enough light, because it's able to grow on both sides, but not for the middle. So something's a little funky there. I have an interesting problem about where to run our redstone down, because we can't just have like a one block here and have it run down nicely through our floor. So kind of the best thing I came up with was to have a button just powering the block there, and then we can pull a repeater signal off of that. That's not a bad place just to have the switcher there. I don't want to switch it because we have to do some bug testing. So let's head down. I recorded some of the stuff. I recorded some of the stuff building it, but it was taking too long and stuff like that. It just wasn't really fun to watch. So let's head down here first. So this is your generic block swapper. It actually works really, really well. But until you kind of understand what's going on here, it's really kind of tricky to make in larger scales. So yeah, it works really, really well. All it takes is a sticky piston here, and it works like that. But the important thing to note is that this piston is retracted when it's at resting, and this piston is extended. So there's actually more going on here than meets the eye. It's not quite symmetrical. Without this redstone dust, it doesn't do anything because they all fire at the same time. But yeah, that piece of redstone dust is what does it. and that just kind of adds an extra state of the pistons judging back and forth, juggling, because they don't really juggle facing each other very well when they're at the same time. You kind of need a little bit of different timing to allow the pistons to push back and forth. So it works quite well like that. And we kind of achieve that in a different way up here. So many pigmen. So this is where our line comes down off of that off the block. I have things split up. So the first thing here is all of our white lines. Let me just get rid of these for now because those are really annoying. All of our white lines are our pistons. They're the double piston extenders that we were playing with before. And they all run up the middle here, and we achieve getting a double pulse for them by having just a single repeater here, and then the signal gets lengthened before it comes into a pulse extender, and then it goes back up that line. This is 12 ticks here plus a couple singles around, so it'd be in the 14-15 tick range. And that's all that is. That's just the piston, the double piston extender. It comes off of our main line, and just fires up the two pulses up there to pull our pistons down, and the extender to hold it there while we exchange the blocks. So yeah, all of them are in the same state right now. We're having the real problem is that when you come across a bug, it takes a long time to figure it out because you have to reset everything because it gets all screwed up in our order. So what I want to do right now is just pull our pistons down, which we're going to do by using this lever. That's the first pulse that pulls the initial piston down. We're going to let that go, and that brings the bottom piston down, and the top piston extends again to pull our block back down. And so we're onto the glass block everywhere. All of them above here is the glass. And then so our blue line is the pusher for the dirt. So you can see that our dirt is all one off of the pistons right now. And so the blue line pushes the dirt, and the red and actually I guess I don't think these yellow blocks do anything now. The red line is our glass block pushers. So the same action that we need down there, we're achieving by using this flip-flop. And actually that's one of the other things I learned. Any room to work over here? Let's get away from the pigmen. Two droppers into each other don't really act as a flip-flop anymore. Actually, I should say they never did. The problem is that they're both being powered at the same time when you have them side by side like this. So when your dropper here on the right has the item, if you push the dropper on the left, it moves to the dropper on the left. If you push the dropper on the right, it moves to your dropper on your right. But what you want to do is have a single signal coming and then having your two outputs, which the comparators on the other side are. So the dropper on the right, if I push the dropper on the right, it doesn't move the item. And the same thing if you put two signals repeated into there, it doesn't move the item back and forth. And I think what's happening is when you push this button, it's powering this dropper, which is triggering this, powering this dropper as well. I can't quite say that, but when you power the dropper that has the item in there, it doesn't allow the item to move, because I don't exactly know what's happening, but yeah, that doesn't work for us just to use the droppers, so we have to go back to using the hoppers. That's kind of my favorite, still is my favorite to flip-flop. Then we have the first monostable that just it shortens our signal off the button and then gets it to exactly the length we need to allow the item to move between the hoppers once, and then it's locked again. I hope that yeah, so that moves between the two hoppers, and then the signal left and right we bring off of a monostable just to generate a pulse to push our pistons, and that's how we're achieving the same reset down there. Instead of having one of our pistons powered, what we're doing is just using a monostable to power our piston, move the block, and then to reset the piston, so that they're off all the same time. And then off of the two monostables, which are kind of going left and right here, we have just repeaters to 16 ticks, 17 if you count that one. And that moves our block, the tape back and forth at the time when the piston is held at its lowest spot by the pulse extender. That's what we're going for. Now, I was just having a bug over there where one of them wasn't working quite right, so I'm really hoping that it was just kind of a bug with this second piston on the left here was out of sequence. So I'm really hoping that it's not getting triggered from somewhere else, because I can't see what's happening. I can't see it being triggered from anything, but yeah, let's give it a shot. So if we release you guys, so everything should be now back up. Should all be extended all the way with the glass. Yep. So we might be out of order with our flip-flop, but all that happened on this first time, if well, actually I can tell you, the right side, which is red to push. Yeah, so we are going to be out of order. So all that's going to happen is the pistons are going to retract, the glass will be there, the red side pistons are going to push, but because the tape is already on the left hand side, nothing's going to happen, and then they'll push back up. So we push this, we should see our pistons in the right place. Oh, I lied. It was but yeah, because it flip-flopped, so it was blue's turn to push. That worked just like that, and now we should see everything back up in the same place. Yeah, it looks like everything's extended. Okay, so the thing that comes close, it wasn't on the blue side pushing, it was on the red side pushing where we had the bug. Yeah. Crap. See, this piston's getting out of order again. Oh dear. Okay. So it's just when red is pushing, to just when this comes on, you're getting an extra signal somehow. You've got to be kidding me. And it's just this one piston. Crap. Okay. Oh, I hate to do this. I'm gonna have to call the episode there, guys. That I hate to do this, but I don't understand what's going on with this. Why it's just getting that extra pulse there. Let's do this. Yeah, the real problem is that it takes so long to troubleshoot this because everything gets out of order. So let's hold these pistons down. Okay, let's get you to the right place, which I have to break you. Give you one pulse. Nope. Oh yeah, you need to be held. Crap. Wait, Pigman. Okay, so if I hold you there, okay. That will power that though. I can reset that. Okay, so you're down now. So it won't be on this push. It'll be on the next one. Yeah. So again, you cycled somehow. Would that redstone underneath be doing that? Maybe. Okay, let's try that. So you guys are all held down. Actually, so I can let you guys go. Yeah. No, you guys can get let go. Okay, you can go away. And you have to get cycled. Crap. Yeah, that's my problem. Okay, one more time. Oh, this is how things get so screwed up. Crap, crap, crap. So why are you guys not cycling to the right place? Oh, because you're getting 2 pulses, that's why. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so now all of you guys should have... Wait, with you guys, all of you guys should be up, even you. Okay. So you can go there. I'd be really surprised if that was getting redstone from there, but it's getting it from somewhere. So everything is up. Okay, so I should be able to repair you guys and have you work now. Okay, so it wasn't that one that was how we were having problems with. It's when the red fires. So you're up with dirt now. I really hope this works. And you're up with glass now. Okay. Perfect. Maybe that was the problem. Okay, let's go up and take a look. It's really cool to watch from up top. And then I think we're going to have to call it an episode. No pigment allowed in my house. Wait with you. Okay. So now when we push this button, it should just, in theory, work. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, well, that's an episode. That took a lot more time than I was expecting. A lot more, but I'm gotta say I'm pretty tickled with those results. That's really cool. A lot more complicated than I thought, but that's okay. I really appreciate you guys watching. Thanks again. If you liked what you see, remember to like, comment, subscribe. It helps me out a ton. So take care, guys.